Welcome to the Inside Sports Summer Spotlight Series. I'm Chris Stiles, sports editor at the Robinsonian, and I'm here with the brand new head boys basketball coach at Red Springs High School, Glenn Patterson Jr. And you've had some great father-son moments with your dad on this court and others, both as a player and as an assistant coach. But what was that moment like when he told you that you were going to be the head coach here as he was stepping into the AD role here?
Pretty much I was speechless, to be honest. I was called into principal office, Mr. Campbell, and once they laid the news on me, I was just in silence, just had butterflies. Didn't want to do too much as far as jump around, which I wanted to, but I was trying to keep myself calm. But as soon as I left, I got back to my classroom and I was just dancing and just jumping around, just excited because I finally reached one of my goals in life.
And you were a graduate assistant at Grambling State before being a high school assistant coach here in Robeson County. What is the biggest difference between coaching college and high school basketball?
Coaching at the collegiate level, it is literally 24 hours a day. It's straight basketball. Once you leave practice, you got to make sure the kids are in class, they're in the study hall. You got to make sure that when they're off of their class, because their class schedules are different. So you have your sessions where I have to go and actually do, skill work with my specific group, which was shooters back in college. Then you got to make sure they're getting their, weight training in. You got to make sure they're eating properly. So it's a lot of stuff you have to do as far as regarding collegiate level back to high school. With high school, you're sharing athletes, so you don't get to put in as much time, especially if a kid is playing football. So you don't really get to see them until a week before basketball season starts, which is kind of hard to get them to where you want them to be.
And when you came back to Robeson County, of course, you've obviously got pedigree here, but you coached at St. Paul's, Red Springs rival, for a year. What was that experience like, coaching at the rival school?
Oh, it was pretty interesting. My heart was at home, but I had my kids that believed in me there at St. Paul's, that they put their trust in me to lead them, especially helping them develop their game. So it was actually like I was really trying to win. I was like, let's go ahead and beat Red Springs. Whatever team I'm on, that's who I want to win. So, but then I had my friends and family all in red and black, and they over there just going against me. It was weird, but I adapted to it for that 1 year, and then I finally came back home.
And you obviously learned from your dad. You mentioned before learning from your college coach, but what did you learn from Corey Thompson, another great coach in that year?
When I was there, he gave me a lot of leeway. He didn't stand up over me. He allowed me to do what I wanted to do as far as, preparing the kids, helping them work on their shots and things of that nature. And so I was very excited and blessed for that opportunity. Like, me and him was very close. We still talk today weekly. So, he gave me a lot of leeway. Sometimes I recall at South Robinson, it was a close game. That's when they had, I believe, it was KP there, if I'm not mistaken. No, that was the year before. But during that time, he had gave me the play. It was like a minute left. We was down by 2, and he allowed me to draw up a play during the last minute, under a minute left, and it was a, impactful moment. So I'm sitting there thinking like, dang, he really handed me the clipboard to let me draw up a play for the last shot. So, and we ended up winning. So, it was a good memory. He taught me a lot, and he also coached against me when I played collegiately. So, we got a lot of bonding that we have over the years, and it's grateful to have him as a mentor as well.
And you had kind of a young team here at Red Springs this past season, and kind of overachieved with that team, finishing second in the conference. Now, as you're becoming the head coach, what are kind of some of your expectations for this coming year as that group becomes a year older?
We're looking to build on it. We are losing valuable pieces. We only had 4 seniors. 3 of them were starters, and they contributed. Was like our top 4 scorers. Carell Love, Brian Folks, Jawan Baker. Those guys played a vital impact. They played at least, out of the 32 minutes, they probably played at least 25 of the minutes. So we have big shoes to fill with young guards coming in that's pretty much moving from JV to varsity transition. So, but we do have a senior core with Noah, Travis, Chris Oxendine. We have Dylan. Then we have a lot of kids, Mario Leonard, Jaron Monroe, those kids, but they didn't see as much playing time as they would have, that they're going to see this year. So they have to step up and fill some big shoes.
And it seems like basketball, everybody's got those players growing up that they idolize, and you're probably a little bit past the Jordan era. You're about my age, so. But who were some of those guys for you?
I was LeBron fan. I love LeBron. My dad always get into a debate with me saying, "Oh, well, Michael Jordan's way better than LeBron," this and that. I also love Kobe, you know, because they had a killer instinct. Kobe is the killer to me. You know, LeBron, he does it all. Like Kobe's going to take that last shot, but LeBron is going to share the ball. I think actually give the ball to the person that he thinks deserves that last shot. He's not going to just force something up. So I'm in the middle of that, if that makes sense. So that's why I like both of them. So.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on the finals this week? Of course, the Suns are up 2-0 as you record this.
I really think the Suns are going to win, probably be 4-1. Bucks might slip one game in, but I think Chris Paul about to get him one, which he really needs it. He deserves it. So.
North Carolina guy as well.
Oh yeah.